To make a move like that, you have to have kahunas and conviction.
Long term, I'm bullish. We could see about a 20% correction next year.
This is Josh Jelinski, the financial quarterback. Don't touch that dial. Americans' confidence they can live comfortably in retirement has dropped the most since the global financial crisis in 2008. This, according to the Employee Benefit Research Institute and Greenwald Research. By the time you're about a decade away from retirement, it's a good idea to give some serious thought to your retirement goals. And even if you're 30, 40, 50, just listening, maybe you're in your 20s. Now is the time to start retirement planning. Big government can't save you and won't save you. While you're still working and have time to build up your savings and make other arrangements, even so, no matter where you are in relation to retirement, you can still make progress. It's never too late to start. Having any level of savings is better than no savings at all. One reason is high inflation, which has reduced both workers' and retirees' belief that their retirement preparations will sustain them, according to research. Another reason is many feel they do not have enough saved. If you're approaching retirement, the good news is there are still moves you can make to shore up your financial position. If you don't have retirement savings at this point, it's never too late to start. Additionally, other key decisions you will face can help you save money. I'm going to give you 4 decisions you can make right now to help you save money if you're nearing retirement. Number 1, and this goes to if you're trying to save for the future, 1, decide where you live. Key deadline to watch, the sooner the better when it comes to lifestyle. Many would prefer to age in place, yet it's important to consider whether your current home will suit you as you age, according to Craig Copeland of the EBRI. When it comes to preparing a strategy for where to live in retirement, the sooner the better. Once you have any mobility issues, you really need to be moving on it. If you plan to relocate, you may want to do it before health issues set in, like maybe go from a 2-story colonial to a ranch. Maybe install a ramp in your, front yard to get to your house. Make it wheelchair accessible. Maybe install a shower that you could use if you were handicapped in your house in the first floor. Alternatively, if you plan to age where you are, you got to make some upgrades now, such as putting guardrails or handrails on stairs may help smooth the transition if and when your health declines. Here's a big one. And I'm not, 70 years old. I'm not 60. I'm not an age where I'm going to age in place. But one of the things I always do is get a first floor bathroom that has a shower that you could kind of walk in if you ever needed it. Also, make sure your trust. You could be 35 and married, but is your wife or husband really going to wipe your rear end if you have a significant health setback? You got to think about this. So one of the things we were doing as we were doing estate planning is, how do you want to die? How do you want to age? How do you want your money to be used? I don't know about you, but I don't want to go in a nursing home. So one of the things I did was I set up my life insurance living benefit so it could pay for a nurse to live in my home and wipe my bib and take care of me, while I'm with my children. And I have money attached to that. They can't send me to they can't send me to a home. So I have that all set up where if they believe that they can't take care of me, my wife and kids, they got to hire a nurse. And that's part of my estate plan because I don't want to do that. I don't want to go in a nursing home. So sometimes people say, well, I'm not old enough to worry about these things. What about Christopher Reeve? Do you think he planned on getting paralyzed at a young age? What about Michael J. Fox with Parkinson's? So things happen. Health is sometimes, it is your most precious commodity besides your spiritual health. And you could lose all of your wealth planning for your health. So you got to think about these things and have an estate plan. Have a trust where your heirs don't get the money if they ship you off to a home. You can set up all of those things. And you might have one kid who's good with your healthcare decisions and one who's good with the money. Separate them. because maybe your child who's good with your health is not that good with money. So you can have a healthcare power of attorney and you can have a financial power of attorney. We're talking about decisions you need to make as you age. One is where to live. A lot of people are moving to Florida and Texas thinking, hey, I am going to solve the state income tax problem, but then they have other problems like home insurance. Or now those real estate markets have gone up dramatically. So maybe you stay where you're at. While deciding where to live, people would also be wise to make other provisions for their care, including establishing or updating advance directives, which are legal documents that express your wishes in the event you are no longer able to care for yourself. It's also helpful to create medical records and to have conversations with family members who you want to help in the event you need medical attention. So there is no one-size-fits-all answers, but sometimes just going to your attorney and saying, I need these things is not enough. You need to think through all of these issues. If you have a financial question or comment about the economy, are we in a new bull market? Markets are up 20% since the October lows. And my big point here is pundits know nothing. Turn off Fox Business, turn off CNBC. You might say, hey, weren't you on there? Haven't you been a featured guest? Yes. But if you want to do well in retirement, you would do best to turn out the noise. Save 15 to 20% of your income. Make sure you have life insurance equal to 20 times your pay, disability insurance equal to 2/3 of your pay. Stick to a disciplined savings strategy and really turn out the noise. Come up with a Medicare strategy. Key deadline to watch your 65th birthday. While you may start your Social Security as early as 62, eligibility for Medicare doesn't start until 65. An initial enrollment period starts 3 months before you turn 65, includes your birth month, and goes 3 months after the month you turn 65, for a total of 7 months. Now, there's Medicare Part A that covers your inpatient hospital care, skilled nursing facility, nursing home, hospice, home health care, as well as Medicare Part B, which covers diagnostic and preventive care services. Are we in a bear market? The S&P 500 notched higher for the 4th straight positive week, and many are declaring the bear market over. But a new bull market is more a process than a single moment. You know what? I don't care what they say. If the market turns south, whoever they is, they're generally people who are not successful with money. They're financial journalists. What they're going to tell you is, okay, 4,300 was the new ceiling. And technically, we are having, the Hindenburg omen and all these dumb things. The bottom line is you have to save. You have to be disciplined. You have to make sure you have protection, asset protection strategies, insurance, all of those things. A small portion of people may be automatically enrolled if they are already receiving Social Security benefits. For others, their 65th birthday and the surrounding months that make up their initial enrollment period are a key date to watch. Don't wait until the last week of your initial enrollment period because it's complex. If you're still working and have health care coverage through an employer, you may decide you may not want to sign up right away when you turn 65. Those who opt for traditional Medicare may also want to add what's called a Medigap plan, which can help cover out-of-pocket costs, or Medicare Part D for prescription drug coverage. Alternatively, many people opt for Medicare C, otherwise known as Medicare Advantage plans, which are offered through private insurance and include Medicare Parts A and B. The key is to be proactive and do your research. Certainly, I think 6 months, 4 months before your 65th birthday is a great time to start thinking about learning about Medicare and the different choices available out there. Also, when you claim Social Security benefits, that's another key benefit that you need to decide on. Key deadline to watch. By age 60, you should go to the Social Security Administration website and review your statement. When to claim Social Security, retirement benefits is one of the big questions retirees face. Most experts generally recommend waiting beyond age 62, the earliest eligibility age. At full retirement, 66 to 67, depending on your date of birth, you'll receive 100% of the benefits you earned with no penalties if you're still working. But for every year you delay till 70, you'll get an 8% boost, a guaranteed return that's hard to beat in the markets or elsewhere. It's important to note that these benefits are also inflation adjusted, unlike most other sources of income. Key deadline to watch, 10 years away from retirement. If you're 10 years away from retirement, you should be stacking some serious money for retirement. For many people, the idea of retirement planning doesn't become a reality until age 45. But hey, if you're 35 listening, you should start now. If you're 25 listening, you should start now. Let compound interest be your friend